Hi everyone, and welcome to my first tutorial on Hack the Box. I would like to show you how to exploit the machine Sauna. So as you can see, we got the target's IP address and just run a quick mmap scan. We enumerate all the ports and we save it in a file named basic scan. As you can see, we are dealing with an active directory. The scan took quite a bit of time, but it was worth it because we got all these ports returned. So what we do is basically we use this kind of, I call it nmap trick, but really and truly what we do is it's a combination of the set, cut and all that stuff. So instead of listing up all the ports, basically this helps us to cut out all these port numbers and put in a horizontal order. We are doing an aggressive scan and we save it into a file called detailed scan. So as you can see, it returned a more detailed result, but actually nothing specific. What we were really looking for is not just the title of the site, Egotistical Bank, but really and truly what we wanted to know is the domain name, which is egotisticalbank.local. So what we could do, we just copy both the IP address. Okay. So, okay, I made a mistake. So egotistical, local, yeah, and then we save it to etc host file. So we've got the domain now, and I want to show you something very interesting that I found very interesting. Is if you use Kerberos, we can enumerate usernames. So, oh, I think he's he's already there. So what we do is we use this curb root and we specify the domain and the IP address, and we use the user enum. And I gave this very long list, Xato net 10 million usernames, which is really like huge, but that's the most effective I found so far. And then we will explore the other part as well. So as long as it's running, I just wanted to go to the website. So we could just go, okay, it doesn't come up. Yeah, excellent. So, we could check all the links, but what we are interested in is the About Us page. And we can see quite a few names here: Fergus Smith, Sean Coins, Sophie Driver, and so on and so on. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 usernames, potential usernames. We could put them in a file. We could make a variation like F Smith or Fergus S or Fergus Smith and all that stuff, and just to run it. But we don't have to do that, because this is what I was talking about. It's amazing. So basically we already know, just using curb root, that F Smith has no authentication required dumping hash to crack offline. Now what we can see straight away that something is wrong here, because it's a Kerberos AS rep, and it shouldn't be number 18, it should be 23. So we don't really trust this one completely, but it definitely gives us a really good clue what's going on. And also it revealed the fact that you got a username H Smith and F Smith, so we know what we can expect. So for example, we could go for this. I don't know if I downloaded from the same website, I can't remember this one, but along with curb root, it's definitely a good thing to download this, the Kerberos enumeration user list. And why is it really good? Because as you can see, we could have female first names or just surnames, male first names. But what we are looking for is this one, without the dot, is A to Z surnames. And as you will see, it will bring up exactly the same result. And actually now it's much faster because I think it's only 500 names or something. Right. So what I wanted to show you, if you use the netexec with the LDAP. Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to see that one. Okay, so we have this IP address, yeah, and then we know the user, which is fsmith, but we don't know the password yet, but it's not a problem, so we just leave it empty, or I mean blank, and yes, rep roast, I think that's the one, and we save it in a file called, let's say, fsmith rep hash. Hopefully it's gonna work. Yeah, perfect. So as you can see, now the number is 23 instead of 18. So I would say it's more precise. Now why can we say that? So if you look at the hashcat, and we grab Kerberos, as you can see, it's an E-type 23, the AS rep. 18 would be pre-auth. It's completely different, or it would be TGS rep or DB, but that's not what we want. We want the E-type 23. So I found it quite interesting. I think Hashcat used to have the other one, but that's the latest one. Anyway, so as you can see, this the number is 18200. So sorry, we always use the A0, which is really the best one in this case, and with the M we specify the number, and I think it's there, but use the rocky list, and I need to correct this one. Last time I named it differently. I don't know why it's so slow. Right. And it's gonna be extremely fast if I remember. You can check the status. Yeah, it's done. So it's cracked it. So as you can see, this is the password. So what I usually do is I create a password list, because we are dealing with Active Directory, so we don't know how many usernames and passwords we will discover. And my goodness, passwords txt, I save it there, and I also save it to a file named creds. Specifying the username with a colon like this. So that's for sure. Now what's interesting now is we could actually so we know the password, and we got usernames, so which we forgot to create. Anyway, I just run it now. At least it's saved. So it's working, but what I wanted to show you is we got users now. So it's fsmith / a letter N, so just to save it vertically, and then you got hsmith, again N, and then let's say we have the administrator, and we save it, users.txt file. Yeah, excellent. So if we wanted to run this one, for example with SMB shares, I mean SMB to see if it's sorry, users, yeah, that's the one. Continue on success, meaning that it shouldn't stop just because it finds one match, and we were right. So hsmith got exactly the same password to log into SMB, for example. But if we look at, for example, WinRM, we can see that only we have access fsmith, which is great. It's pawned, so that means we can log in. So what we could do is use the evil WinRM interface like the I switch, and that's it, we are in. So obviously you can find the flag on the desktop, so there's nothing special about it. Now the privilege escalation, it's a bit tricky. What is recommended to run WinPs, but is extremely long. Instead, what I wanted to show you, because I know what we are looking for, is basically an automatic logon credential. So it should be here somewhere. That's the one. So that's the registry basically in Windows. You could query this one, the Win logon, as you can see, and you're looking for default username, and we found it. So this the service loan manager logged in. We could actually even see this one. So if we go back twice, and there it is. Excuse me, but there's another better way, in a sense that what is it called, PowerShell, because we are in PowerShell really and truly. That would be get item property. We define the path, and it's exactly the same. Now obviously we don't really want the default username, we need the default password. There you go, money makes the world go round. So if you don't use this one, then obviously it will display the whole thing. So we just wanted to make it easier, but it's pretty much the same. So default password, money makes the world go round. And there you go, that's the username, service loan manager. Okay, so which is really great. So we can exit this one. So what we do now is we add it to a password list. And we also add it to our creds list. Like this. So this is great. Now it's time for us to get the Bloodhound running. If you don't know how to do it, that would be obviously a different tutorial. If you know, that's great. So what we do is we start the Neo4j just like this. We wait maybe 10 seconds or so, and then we can do the Bloodhound. But oh, okay, I just realized we don't have the thing yet. Okay, so we let's see. Oh no, yeah, it's better to do this one. So the Bloodhound Python, that's the one. So the domain name egotistical bank local, service loan manager, one makes the world go round. So I think I just need to I need to replace the IP address. C means collection, so we collect all the data. And I see the name server, I mean in this case it's the IP address, and we save it in a zip file. And of course we could run again the continuous success to see that someone else has the same password, but really and truly there are not many users here. It's not like a very serious Active Directory where we might have dozens of users, so it's pointless to do it. But we could, for example, oh, I copied the IP address. Okay, so that's the one. Money makes the world go around. It's quite a cool password. And then we, oh, sorry, it's SVC. Which is a very fitting password for service loan manager in the bank. So as you can see, we are in. Perfect. I just wanted to show you this one. We could log in, but I don't think there's any flag here because we want to become admin. So you can have a look. Nothing serious, it's medium plus, so we shouldn't get excited, but we are part of the remote management users as we kind of already knew it. So going back to the Bloodhound, so we collected all the data, so now we can it's not Bloodhound, Bloodhound, okay. Right, so if you didn't do that, obviously you have to create a new password. I left the Neo4j username when you first sign up. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Okay, it's there, but anyway, I want to show you something. So we have the database info, and if you scroll down, you just clear database. Otherwise it's confusing if you have done a previous exercise. And you go to upload data on the right, and then where am I? Okay, HTB visit file. Okay, so we are HTB Sauna, and we download the zip file. I don't know why it's so small. Okay, I managed. So you can see the upload progress. I think it's 7 JSON files, groups, containers, computers, so it's users, all of them is uploaded. Okay, once it's done, you can just click this one. Now, what I wanted to show you, if you're new to Bloodhound, then you might not know this. If you know that you can skip this part. For example, I put list all computers, but okay, which is kind of new information. We didn't know the Sauna at the front. List all users, so that's again a good method. But how did I do that? So this is like a raw query that you can actually save. So yeah, that's the one. So for example, if I want to list all the computers, match M computer, return M. So it's not really complicated. There are some very simple methods, and also you can save this one. So for example, the custom queries, you click edit, name of the query, and you put it here and you save it. Basically that's all. And the same way, for example, we did this, we could do list all the users, which we did, or if a computer has a session, we can do that one as well. Right, so what we are interested in, for example, find any session, nothing. Okay, list all users again, sorry. Right, so fsmith, we own it. So right click mouse, mark user as owned. hsmith pretty much, because basically we know the password. And then the latest one is the loan manager. So again, we just, right, and even if you just click on it like this, we can have a lot of details. What is interesting, for example, enable, that's important, but we are not admin. And then first degree group memberships, that's the first one I always check. So you can see we are member of the domain users and remote management users, so there's nothing new about this. So what we do is we go to the analysis, and what we'd like to see is what is the shortest path to domain admins from owned principals. So you select this one, and it tells you, so we are here, we can desync into the egotistical bank, which contains the users and that contains the domain admins. So that's the kind of link. So the desync privilege we have. Right click and help. Windows abuse and Linux abuse. So I always use Linux, and it just tells you exactly what we need to do, which is really cool. So you can even just copy this with Ctrl C. The mouse doesn't work in Bloodhound. And basically I can do this one here maybe. So this is what we actually want to do, but it's better to use the in packet. Okay, so it's oh, sorry, no, it's stickers down. Yeah, stickers down, and then what we do is we have the, okay, it doesn't come up. So what we do is actually, yeah, that's fine. So the egotistical bank excuse me, local slash basically so we say loan manager, and then the password, yeah, actually I can just suspend this one. And we can also stop this one because it's not really good if it runs in the background. Right, okay, so this one, yeah, I could have used it. It's better because of the exclamation mark. And the domain controller is actually the Sauna dot egotistical bank, but I think it works even without the Sauna as well. Oh. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we put everything in the quotation now. And the single. Okay, so looks like it doesn't work. Yeah, excellent. So as you can see, we got all the hashes. But what we are interested in is the administrator, of course. Now you don't have to copy the full length of the hash, only the second half we are interested in, along with the colon. So if you copy just this one, and then we could do, for example, you could do ps exec. I prefer the wmi exec, and then what we do here is, it still doesn't come up. Okay, interesting. Right, or maybe anyway. So egotistical bank dot local, and then slash service loan manager, and then the password. At, and then the IP address. It's easier just from here, I guess. Okay, that's a bit interesting. Loan manager, egotistical bank, oh my goodness, yeah. Right, it's not this one we are doing. We're doing the hashes. Okay, I'm so sorry. So right, okay, so you copy again. So I guess in this case, yeah, I believe it's like this, but hashes, and then yeah, perfect. So what I want to point out is the hashes. You can fill in the spaces with a lot of zeros, which is kind of tedious and pointless. You can use the full one, but that's the easiest one. You just copy the second half and you leave the column there, and then as you can see, actually yeah, so we are admin and you can just get the flag. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you got any suggestions or opinion or feedback, please don't hesitate to leave it for me on YouTube, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.